have the privilege to have this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, man. To be able to take good heed to these sayings, man. To observe and monitor the ways of life, and to know that it's evil here, man. It's depressing. It's vexing. It makes scriptures say a wise man surely oppression meant a wise man bad. Okay. Give me 1 second, Slakia. I'm thinking about this other scripture. Let me see. Okay, never mind. Going back to John chapter 14, verse 17. It says, even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him, but ye know him, for he dwelleth in you and shall be in you. I will not leave you comfortless. I will come to you. Yet a little while, and the world seeth me no more, but ye see me, because I live, ye shall also live. Ye shall live also. At that day ye shall know that I am in my Father, and ye in me, and I in you. He that had my commandments and keepeth them, he it is that loveth me. And he that loveth me shall be loved of my Father, and I will love him, and I will manifest myself unto him. And that's what we want, man. We want to be manifest. We want Yahweh shall to manifest himself unto us with goodness, though. Okay? But the world cannot receive us, man. The world cannot receive the Spirit of truth, man. Okay? Because this thing is spirituality, man. It takes the elect to understand these parables, to understand this word, to truly what this word is talking about, man. And to see that this place is evil, man. Okay? To know that it's all the things out here are vanity. It's like Wisdom of Solomon said, man. All is vanity, man. You know? That's it right there. You know, all is vanity, man. This place is an enemy to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Alright, the earth, or not the earth, but the inhabitants of the earth. Okay? Our flesh, the carnal mind is an enemy. Okay? There's many enemies that we have to go up against, man. Alright, it's not just one thing. You know? That's why a lot of people don't understand a lot of stuff, because they think that it's terrorists or Monsanto or pollution. You know, people have different ideas of what the enemy is. This is Romans chapter 8, verse Romans chapter 8, verse 7. Because the carnal mind is enmity against Yahweh, for it is not subject to the law of Yahweh, neither indeed can be. You see? So even our own selves, we're an enemy to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. The fleshes, the thoughts, the sin. Alright? And that's what we want to be delivered from, man. You know? We need that, man. We need salvation, man. We have to be patient in that, man. The scriptures say, he that endureth to the end shall be saved. Alright? And we have to suffer patience. We have to suffer patiently. You know? See where I was. See here, Salakia. Romans 8 and 8. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please Yahweh. See? So that's how we're going to be translated, by pleasing Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. And he sees that we're doing the work, that he comes back, he looks down, he sees, all right, man, I'm pleased with my servant. I see he's doing what he has to do, man. He's catching all his hell, but he's still pushing forward, man. He's showing that endurance, man. All right? That's what Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is looking for. But this place, man, it's vexing, man. All right? This is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 1. But thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. All right? Because that's the only reason why this place has to be destroyed yet, man. Because we're under grace. And it's all because of the elect. And we're waiting for the elect to be sealed up. Then all hell is going to break loose, man. Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men, who shall be able to teach others also. All right. So we have to commit to one another, man. To edify one another, to exhort one another as we see the day approaching. Iron sharpeneth iron, man. You see? Verse 3, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach. So we have to endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach, because that's how we want to be found, as being good in the eyes of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. We don't want to be found as that man that received the talent and knew that he knew that the man of the house, or the man that gave him the talent, was an austere man. But what did he do? He went and hid it. He didn't try to flip it. We want to know that we're doing the right thing, man. That we're being preoccupied. We're being occupied in prophecy. All right? We're doing what we're supposed to do. It says, 2 Timothy 2:3, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Mashiach. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, because the life is evil, man. It's not good. Simple people out here think that life is good. You know what I'm saying? Even the rich are miserable, and the Lord bears witness to it. Okay? They're into all sorts of abominable acts, homosexuality, incest, bestiality, committing adultery, homosexuality. There ain't no goodness in that. You can't sleep good at night when you're committing wickedness. So we can't be entangled in we can't be entangled with the affairs of this life, man. So when we're going through certain things, man, we got to focus on Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. Okay? We have to focus, man. Yahushai knows our heart. Yahushai knows how we truly feel about this thing, how we truly feel towards Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And the way we feel is we're going to move in action, man. We're not going to give up. Lord willing, the elect are not going to give up. But I speak about myself. Lord willing, I don't give up. All right? But we can't be entangled with the affairs of this life, man. We have to be as a good soldier of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, because this life is here to destroy you, man. All right? This life is here to destroy us, man. All right? These simple people, or they have a strong delusion upon themselves, and they believe in a lie, man. You know, we're not going to be the savior. You know, we're not going to be deceived, Salakia. All right? This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 7, verse 56. For while we lived and committed an iniquity, we considered not that we should begin to suffer for it after death. Okay? So there's got a lot of people that they don't even understand that there's a such thing called as reincarnation, man. So whatever you do right now, you're gonna be put to death. You're gonna die on this side. Then you're gonna be judged by Yahweh Bashem Yahushua in the spirit world, and you're gonna come back after 3rd, 4th generation, and you're gonna play out your judgment that you received by the Father, man. So people don't consider that. All right? It says, for we lived and committed iniquity, we considered not that we should begin to suffer for it after death. All right? It says, then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle which man that is born upon the earth shall fight. So as soon as you're born, man, you're in the battle, man. You're entering the fighting zone. To all those people that like to say that life is good, man, life ain't good. Even if you have a degree, even if you have a career, all that stuff can be taken away instantly, man. Instantly. And at that, you're spiritually crippled, man. You're maimed, spiritually you're maimed, blinded. You have no substance, man. You have nothing. You're vain, you're vanity. All right? It says right here, Revelations chapter 3, verse 17. Because thou sayest, I am rich and increased with goods, and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched and miserable, poor, blind, and naked, man. You see how beautiful the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is, and how he gives us the mindset of individuals, even of our own selves, man. This is like a mirror. It's like a looking glass, man. You see through it. That's why there's no way of getting around Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's judgment, man. cannot get away from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. We cannot hide. We cannot hide ourselves from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. All right. This is in the book of Hebrews, chapter 4, verse 13. Neither is there any creature that is not made manifest in his sight, but all things are naked and open unto the eyes of him with whom we have to do. You see? So he sees it, everything, man. Nothing can be hid. Revelations 3:18. I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire. All right? So that's the thing, that we're bought with a price, so we're being purged of all the iniquities, the impurities, by going through these different trials and tribulations to make us pure in the eyes of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right? It says that thou mayest be rich. And how are we going to be rich? By receiving the kingdom, by receiving the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And wisdom can trust us, because wisdom is going to try you to see if she could trust your soul. And she's going to make you rich, man, with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that is unmeasurable and is above all rubies and gold and any precious pearl or precious mineral. You see? It says that thou mayest be rich and white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear. And we don't want our nakedness to appear before the eyes of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. We want to be blameless when he returns, man. We want to be unspotted in that time, because others are spotted, man. Let me go ahead and bring this one out. Slakia, give me 1 second, brothers. See here. This is 2 Peter chapter 2 verse 13. It says, and shall I'll start at verse 12. And these, 2 Peter 2:12, but these as natural brute beasts made to be taken and destroyed, speaking evil of things that they understand not, and shall utterly perish in their own corruption. Talking about the 2/3, you know. It says, and shall receive the reward of the unrighteousness, as they that counted pleasure to riot in the daytime, spots they are and blemishes. You see, we don't want to be found with spots, man. That's what spots represent, wickedness. All right, the little leaven at the whole lump, that leaven. All right, we want to be found as unleavened bread, man. It says, sporting themselves with their own deceivings while they feast with you, having eyes full of adultery that cannot cease from sin, beguiling unstable souls, and heart they have exercised with covetous practices, cursed children. See, and we don't want to fall into that category, man, because we know the end result of those that are cursed. That because the curses that are on Israel are being lifted up off the elect, man. All right, but the 2/3 are going to remain with those curses, even if they're prospering in the earth and they're getting jobs and they dress nice or whatever. That the curses are still on them, man. Because a curse is what? Death. We're not being cursed no more. We're being blessed by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai with mercy, with protection, with that support, with health, with the spirit, man, spiritual health, even physically physical health. Because like I said, we walk in the peril of our overthrowing, man. The Spirit said it. Anything can destroy us, man. It says, 2 Peter chapter 2 verse 15, and have forsaken the right way and have gone astray, following the way of Balaam the son of Bazar, who loved the wages of unrighteousness, but was rebuked for his iniquity. The dumb ass, speaking with the man's voice, forbade the madness of the prophet. These are wells without water, clouds that are carried with a tempest, to whom the mist of darkness is reserved forever. We don't want to be found wanting, man. We want to be found filled with the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. We want to be found diligently seeking after Yahweh Bashem Yahushai as King David, a man after his own heart, man. We want to be in the eyes of the Lord as the beloved, man. You understand, man? Because these 2/3, they're going to receive destruction. Why? Because they were found spotted. They were found unclean. It says, 2 Peter 2:18, for when they speak great swelling words of vanity, they allure through the lust of the flesh through much wantonness, those that were clean escaped from them who live in error. You see? So we escape from the things that were dishonest, all right, through the naughtiness that obscure the things that are honest, right? Because when this word reaches you and you hear this word, it's already immediately cleaning you, because the word is a washing agent, man, spiritually washing you of evil, wickedness, impurities. All right. So it says, those that were clean escaped from them who live in error. All right. So when you come into this truth, man, you're no longer affiliated with filthiness. You're no longer supposed to be filthy or affiliated with unrighteousness. That's why the scriptures say, "Be not ye unequally yoked with unbelievers, or the children of Baal, or of darkness, or of an idol." It says, "While they promise them liberty, they themselves are the servants of corruption. For of whom a man is overcome, of the same he is brought in bondage." You see? So we don't want to be brought in bondage of back into to sin, to wickedness. We want to be delivered from that, man. And the only way that's going to sustain us, the only one that's going to sustain us and keep us out of that is Yahweh Yahushua. To deliver us out of the mouth of the lion, to deliver us out of this wicked kingdom called America, man. That's the wicked Edomites, the elites that are ruling the earth. Okay? Because no matter where we go, it's still going to be the same for us, man. It says, while they promise themselves liberty, they themselves are the servants of corruption. For of whom a man is overcome, of the same is he brought in bondage. All right? And we want to be delivered out of this fucking place called Egypt, man. That is called, that is known as the house of bondage. All right? This place is evil, man. All right? Going back to, real quick, that was one of them, but there's another one, man. Let me see where it's at. Let me look up on it right here. All right, this is James 1:27. It says, "Pure religion and undefiled before Yahweh the Father is this, to visit the fatherless and widows in their affliction." How do we visit the widows and the fatherless in their affliction? Doing this right here. That's how we're going to be made rich, man. See? That's how we're going to be found clothed, not being found naked. Lord willing, man. Having faith, pleasing, doing doing our reasonable service, which is presenting our bodies a living sacrifice before those that persecute us, man, that afflicted us. So it says, "Pure religion and undefiled before Yahweh the Father is this, to visit the fatherless and the widows in their affliction, and to keep them himself unspotted from the world," man. All right, so we got to keep ourselves unspotted from this world, man. Clean. All right, let's go back to real quick. Let me read this one and go back to 2nd Ezra. Revelation chapter 3, verse 18. "I counsel thee to buy me of gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich, and white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear, and anoint thine eyes with salve, that thou mayest see." All right. So this is that word, man. This is that ointment that's going to keep us spiritually clean in the mind, seen. All right. It's like you got Visine. You got that red eye, and you can't really see. It's blurry and itchy and irritated. So you put that drop of that Visine, and what happens? You see, your eye clears up. You can see clear. The irritation it went away. And that's what we need, Yahweh Shai, man. You know, He's our comforter, man. He's the one that eases us, man. That lowers, that takes away the things that are heavy for us, man. But also we gotta utilize the brotherhood, man. And I urgently say to brothers, man, if you have a brother that's in need, man, be there for that brother, man. You know? Be there for that brother. All right. It says, 2nd Esdras chapter 7, verse 57. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle, which man that is born upon the earth shall fight. That if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say. You see, so we're in a constant battle, man. He that endureth to the end shall be saved. Strive for the truth till death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. Okay? But if we fail, we give up, we take our hand off that plow, we're gonna suffer as the word has said. As the word has said, man. You know, you're gonna be entangled back into the affairs of this world. You're gonna stop doing the work. You're gonna stop believing in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You're gonna lose the understanding, man. You're not gonna forget the names. You're gonna lose the understanding, man. You ain't gonna know how to perform because the people's the brotherhood, the brothers, they know that we play as well on a lovely instrument, like it tells us in Ezekiel 33. So even to the brothers, that's how we are to one another, man. Like, hey, man, he sung that song good. It was a good lesson. The water for that edifying video, the water for that encouraging video. You will start losing that. You won't know how to encourage. You won't know how to start doing the things that are pleasing to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. You know? So it says, but that if he be overcome, he shall suffer, as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say. And we want the victory, man. That's why you keep running. That's why you don't let go of that baton. You keep running, man. You keep running your race. All right? And that's the only thing that we can truly hold on to, man. Our faith and doing this work, man. And sincerity and honesty, man. You know? Nothing else, man. Not trying to be a family man. Not trying to make a career out of this place or being comfortable in this place. If you're the elect, the Most High is not going to allow you to experience that, because the Lord can hand you over to that easily. You know? It says, 2nd Esdras 7 and 59, and this is the life whereof Moses spake unto the people which he lived, saying, choose thee life that thou mayest live. You see? So we have to choose life, which is Yahweh Shai, man. He is the life. He is life. All right. He is that enlight, that quickening spirit. Give me 1 second. You know, this place, man. It's I'm sick of being here, man. You know. This is John chapter 14 and 6. Yahweh Shai saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. You know, to all those that think that you don't have to believe in the New Testament or whatever, you have to go through Yahweh Shai, man. He is the way, the truth, and the life. Scriptures say it is written of him, man. This whole book is about Yahweh Shai. A lot of people that like we know, the brothers know, y'all have no understanding, man. Y'all are dead. Y'all are like, as Yahweh Shai told a certain man in the book of Matthew, he said, let the dead bury the dead, man. Y'all are all dead, man. Y'all are you've been alienated. Your mind has been darkened. You know, y'all as these women that Yahweh has deprived women of wisdom. You know. The scriptures say in Isaiah 33 and 6 that knowledge, wisdom and understanding shall be the stability in thy times, strength of thy salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. You see? So you gotta have this. You gotta have this understanding, man. You know, if you don't, you're gonna be destroyed for not having it. This is 2 Peter 3 and hey man, this is another one I wanted to bring out. 2 Peter 3 and 14. Wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, be diligent that ye may be found of him in peace, without spot, and blameless. You see? That's how you're going to get the victory. Because this is a battle, man. When you come into this world, and when you come into this truth, it's a battle. And that's how you're going to get the victory. When you're found being diligent, in peace, without spot, and blameless. And account that the long suffering of our Lord Yahushua is salvation. Even as our beloved brother Paul, also according to the wisdom given unto him, had written unto you, as also in all his epistles, speaking in them of these things, in which are some things hard to be understood, they which they that are unlearned and unstable rest, as they do also the other scriptures unto their own destruction. See? So if you don't understand, you have no understanding, it's to your own destruction, man. You know, the Lord didn't put us on the earth to live in vain, to live a vain life, or to live in vanity, you know, or to remain in this wicked kingdom, man. We have to be as pilgrims, as it says. See, you know, we have to be as pilgrims in this place, man. This is 1 Peter 2:11. Dearly beloved, I beseech you, as strangers and pilgrims, abstain from the fleshly lust which war against the soul. You see, because all these things out here are set up to destroy us, man. You know. But I'm going to read it again. Dearly beloved, I beseech you, as strangers and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lust which war against the soul, having your conversation honest among the Gentiles, that whereas they speak against you as evildoers, they may by your good works, which they shall behold, glorify Yahweh in the day of visitation. See? So us being diligent and putting on the whole armor of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you know, these people can't say nothing evil about us, man. You know, even though we do fall, they still can't judge us, man. Alright? But it says, unto your own destruction, because you don't have his understanding, you're going to be destroyed, man. Bring out another one. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 34. Awake to righteousness and sin not, for some have not the knowledge of Yahweh. I speak this to your shame. See? So you got to have the knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You have to have understanding, man. The proper understanding. Because if not, you will be destroyed, man. It's a shameful thing not to know who your creator is. You know? Even when you go to a job, you have to have some form of knowledge of what career you're getting into, of the president, of how it was established, and you know that they'll quiz you on that, man. You'll do all that, but you won't try to find out the author of your soul and the creator of all things. You know, this is Romans 10:1. It says, "Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to Yahweh for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge." You see, you have a zeal. 2/3 have a zeal. You know, Israel has zeal. But they don't have but it's not according to knowledge, man. Because they don't care to know their power, man. They're not trying to live after the like one of the patriarchs, our forefathers, King David, after the Lord's own heart, man. It says, "For they being ignorant of Yahweh's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of the Most High." See? So they try to set up a new way, man. You know, when I read earlier that Yahushua said, I am the way, the truth, the life. Right? He is the way, the truth, and the life, man. And no man can come unto him or come unto the Father but by him. See? But Israel, 2/3, man, you know, all Israel, the Negro Latinos and Native American Indians, they try to establish their own righteousness, man. Because they have no knowledge. They don't want to follow order. They don't want to follow into the order of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So they have a zeal towards the Most High, but not according to knowledge, man. And the Most High is mad about that. That's why he's coming back for those that are diligently seeking after him, man. You know? That are diligently, right here, 2 Peter 1 and 10. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if you do these things, you shall never fall. For so an entrance shall be ministered unto you abundantly, and to the everlasting kingdom of our Lord and Savior Yahushua Mashiach. See, so we have to be diligent in making our calling and election sure. You know, by being occupied in the scriptures, man. All right, and things of that nature, in prayer. You know. Okay, right, so we got to make our calling and election sure by having diligence. Okay. Let's see here. Right, and that's the only way. That's another way we have to be, pleasing towards Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. By giving attendance to reading, things of that nature, man. You know. Let's see here. This is Isaiah 34 and 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these things shall fail. See, so the Lord's not going to fail us if we attend to reading, we attend to the prophecies, we attend to the brotherhood. You know. These things are not going to fail, man. The prophecies, the promises, the benefits of serving the Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right, they're not going to fail. All right, this is 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 13. Till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. So we have to give attendance to the teaching that we've been given by the apostles, man. By our elders of GMS, Elder Tahar, Elder Gabar, Elder Aramla, Sakaran, Rakan, so forth and so on, man. We have to give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. All right, admonishing one another, you know, building each other up, man. To those that are in need, you know, building each other up. It says, till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. Neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by the prophecy which with the laying on of the hands of the presbytery. So we cannot neglect the gift that is given unto us. Once you receive the truth, you have to be diligent and be going out, man. Study, showing yourself approved unto the Most High, to the best of your ability, rehearsing the righteous acts to the best of your ability too as well, man. Because this is no easy thing, man. All right, so we have to have that same attitude, man. Being humble,